Odin in Kyiv. You're watching Our Time. I'll tell you the main news at this hour. My name's Ekaterina Vishnevskaya. Hello? So, Ukraine has endured another night under a massive attack. Russia launched a combined strike on peaceful Ukrainian cities and villages. 3 people were injured as a result of the attack on the Kyiv region. In Fastiv, the railway station and depot were damaged. Ukrzaliznytsia reported changes to the routes of passenger trains passing through the city. In the Vyshhorod district, a fire broke out over an area of more than 5,000 square meters after a drone strike. 1 residential building was destroyed and 6 more were damaged. A private house was also damaged in the Bucha district. During the night attack in the Dnipropetrovsk region, an 11-year-old boy from the Nikopol district was injured. In Kryvyi Rih, an infrastructure facility caught fire, and in the morning, Russians launched missiles at the region. As a result, 3 people were wounded in the Dnipro district, 1 private house was destroyed, and 11 more were damaged. The Russians also targeted the western regions of Ukraine. Explosions were heard in the Lviv, Ternopil, and Khmelnytsky regions. In Lutsk, a fire broke out at a food warehouse complex as a result of a drone attack. This was reported by the city mayor, Ihor Polishuk. Amid the massive strikes, Poland scrambled its combat aircraft. The operational command brought the air defense and radar reconnaissance systems to full readiness. In the Odesa region, the Russian army struck a critical infrastructure facility. There are reports of disruptions to electricity and heating supplies. According to the Ministry of Energy, Russia attacked the energy system in 8 regions of Ukraine. This concerns the Kyiv, Chernihiv, Lviv, Odesa, Zaporizhia, Dnipropetrovsk, Mykolaiv, and Kharkiv regions. As a result of the shelling, emergency power outages are being implemented in these regions. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy, commenting on the overnight Russian attack, called on the international community to increase pressure on Moscow to stop the killings and save the lives of civilians.
The goal of the Russians is to hurt millions of Ukrainians, and they have already stooped this low. So low that they launch missiles at peaceful cities on St. Nicholas Day. That is why additional pressure is needed. Sanctions must work, and our air defense must work as well. We need to maintain support for those defending lives. Volodymyr Zelenskyy, President of Ukraine, on Telegram.
Well, over 700 aerial targets were launched at Ukraine by Russia just this night. The defenders of Ukraine's skies neutralized 585 drones of various types, 29 cruise missiles, including Kh-101 and Iskander-K, and also 1 Iskander-B ballistic missile, or its North Korean modification. And today, Ukraine is celebrating Armed Forces Day. Against the backdrop of Russia's full-scale aggression, this day has become one of the most important of the year. Overall, it has been celebrated since 1991. Back then, the parliament passed a law to create the army. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy congratulated the defenders and noted that it is they who prove Ukraine's strength.
I thank the soldiers who, on the battlefield, do everything so that Ukraine can have confidence at the negotiating table, so that there is dignity, so that there are strong arguments. Ukraine has all of this because you exist. Infantry, artillery, intelligence, airborne troops. I am grateful to everyone. Special forces, missile troops, tank crews, drone forces, special operations forces, assault troops. We value everyone. We are proud of everyone, of each and every person who defends Ukraine every day in every direction, whose courage we see and whose protection we feel.
Drones in the air and robotic systems on the ground help effectively hold back the advance of Russian occupiers at the hottest spots on the front line. The 3rd Assault Brigade is one of the leading units of the Armed Forces of Ukraine in implementing innovations. Our correspondents, in particular, will tell you about the work of these specialists. Alexei Baranowski.
The Tor 800 ground robotic system is undergoing a crash test across the rough terrain of Donetsk region. Servicemen of the 3rd Assault Brigade are accompanying it both in the air and on the ground. The old Niva, unlike the robot, couldn't handle the Donbas off-road conditions. The robotic platform is controlled from a command post at a considerable distance. Ugh.
The central thunderstorm, the Kasatka on the left, repainting. That's how it turns out. So from here on, it's straight lines.
Every new ground robotic system, as well as our own modifications and platforms, after repairs, undergo testing before being sent out on combat missions.
We always take apart six new ones. We follow the market, along with the manufacturers. A significant number of manufacturers frequently come to us for comprehensive assistance in the complex process of safely transporting their valuable and advanced drones. We help them, and they definitely help us. We have cooperation in this regard.
The NRK Troika workshop is not just a repair shop, but also a kind of innovation and tuning center.
We print these kinds of boxes, solder circuit boards, make mounts for communications equipment. We fabricate mounts for various types of cameras, and we also carefully and expertly weld on different types of robust protective measures.
Up to 80% of all logistics for the frontline cargo delivery unit is handled by robots.
In less than a year, I think, if I'm not mistaken, per month, over 300 were transported in total. Just calculate how many soldiers it would have taken to carry those loops into the hangar.
However, NRC is far more than just logistics. Ground platforms are being used more and more, and as combat units on the front line. This is our
Zaz, the Termini. This is our Morose. This is our Lude combat module. This is also a UID combat module. This is our Dead Droid combat module. This is the Termite, modified by our workshop into a combat module. This is the Minismech, an experimental model.
A ground complex combat module can be equipped with a machine gun, a grenade launcher, and a flamethrower. The NRC can also transport a significant amount of explosives.
Ambataza is mainly used in Ambataza. This is the legend where 2 were taken captive. There was a significant military operation conducted on an armed bunker where 2 Russian Federation servicemen were strategically located. A single kamikaze drone with its explosive payload drove directly in and then subsequently blew up the primary entrance, but it did not manage to fully breach the fortified structure. And the others moved in. They put up a sign saying, "Because we want to surrender." And with that sign, the 2 of them crossed over, showing something behind it. There were no cameras or anything there. And the drones pulled them in, and our infantry captured them on the spot.
The 3rd Assault Brigade is a leader not only in military innovation, but also in the number of volunteers joining its ranks.
Commanders have a good attitude toward their unique team. Well, to put it simply, everything here is more humane and normal and more organized. People are truly motivated. They genuinely know what to do, and they are eager and willing to undertake the task.
The 3rd Army Corps, which includes the 3rd Assault Brigade, is effectively holding back the Russian occupiers, along more than 150 kilometers of the front in the Kharkiv and Donetsk regions. Modern military technologies also make a significant contribution to the success of Ukraine's defenders.
It unites everyone, the goal. The whole war, it's already, deep down, we all want victory.
That's what brings us together, and that's what we ask for.
Subscribe to The Gaze and stay updated on the most important events, top news from Ukrainian all over the world, in-depth analysis, exclusive reports and interviews, all on hand in our channel. Join our community of viewers and stay tuned.